Alright guys, happy Friday. Just got my SGC order back. 27 cards, all vintage. Most are inventory, some are PC, including, no, it's not a card actually. But this is the last BF3 felt pennant that I needed for my collection. There's another variation of this where the figure here is batting, and so this is the running variation for that. So happy to get that encapsulated. So just a quick heads up, SGC is running at about a month. This was submitted on 10/6, checked in on 10/11, and shipped back to me on 11/16. So, I just sent them an order. They checked it in yesterday. So I guess I would expect that to be back to me in mid-December, if nothing changes. So, pretty happy with this sub. Some nice cards in here. A couple of surprises that I'll go over. But we'll get going here right now. So this Joe Montana, I was expecting a good grade on this card. So an 8 I'm very happy with. This is probably I think this is the best Montana I've ever had. I think if the card was centered better top to bottom, I would maybe have gotten a little bit better grade, but I'm not complaining at all. This raw, well, it's not raw anymore. This Greenberg, I expected it in the 5 range, and they bumped it to a 6. I think it's a solid card. Lou Brock rookie in a 4.5. Centering top to bottom, as you can tell, it's easier to tell this way, is not good. And in 62, and also I think in 70, they had these like really faint lines that kind of came in, so kind of in the range I was expecting, which is fine. 54 Topps Ernie Banks. If you can tell, this card is very centered. You've got to take a look at the bottom to see that, and also top to bottom. Usually his name is so close to the edge that it's nearly cut off or is cut off, but this one is very centered. So this is definitely the grade I was expecting. Back corners are a little rough, but still a great card in any condition. This was a great grade. This was actually a card that I found kind of like loose, was rattling around in a box of a collection that I bought, and I thought it looked really good. So I subbed it in. The back is like free of nearly all like corner and edge chipping. That's kind of one of the reasons in the front centering. I thought it's just the fact that it's Willie Mays. So very happy with the 8. This card I totally expected the 1, but it's fine. I do have another Musial 48 Bowman coming in the mail soon, so that'll be fun. This is 54 Bowman Rizzuto, card number 1. Very solid 6.5. I think I was surprised with this grade of how good it was. I mean, the card's really clean, but I think you don't expect a 54 card. Yeah, 6.5. This was kind of the grade I was expecting with this. A lot of print dots as reviewed in the preview, but centering for 61 is very, very tough, and so I felt good about submitting that in the 6. I think is very fair and what I was expecting. Got 2 Hulks, both in 7s. I think that's very fair given the centering and stuff. I think I commented last time about how old he looked in 1985. This was expected. You can tell how narrow these borders are. I knew this card was trimmed. It does look great in the holder and is actually already sold. Some guy wants to buy a cheap mantle for his son for Christmas, so happy to have helped. 71 Topps Terry Bradshaw. This card's a little, it's not diamond cut per se, but it's a little slanted. But this is the grade I was expecting. Just kind of like get up close there, the corners, and there's just some general wear, which is fine. Tough card to get a nice grade like this on. 62 Topps AL home run leaders. As we all know, these wood grain borders are very tough, and we have 3 Hall of Famers on this card, which is really cool. So, another very solid grade. 60 Topps Stan Musial. I just thought this card looked really, really nice. This is not like a huge Stan Musial card, but I think it was just a really solid mid-grade card. I do think the 6.5 grade is very fair. And again, you don't always expect to submit a raw card from the 60s and get a grade like that. So I'm pretty stoked with that. This card I'm very, very happy with too. I knew this thing was really nice. I couldn't find much of anything wrong with it, and so on a 68 Topps for an 8.5, in the back is so nice. Just look at the centering of this card. That is gorgeous. So extremely happy with that 68 Superstars. Here we get into some stuff that's a little puzzling to me. When I was assessing these cards, I thought that this would be in that 7 to 8 range. And maybe the print dot holds it back, but I'm strongly considering cracking this out and trying with PSA when services get a little more affordable. I don't know. Tough call. Tough call on the 6.5. The Rose I was expecting a 7 on. The centering is just a little off, and the bottom corners are not as sharp as the Ryan. So the Rose I'm actually okay with. The bench, though, came back a 6, which I was pretty disappointed about. This card is really sharp. I did notice that there's a little discoloration in the bottom right. But I don't know. There's a print dot here on the bottom edge, but geez, this card is nice. So I don't know. I think I'm going to crack this one too and try it with PSA. That's just it. That is a gorgeous card. Continuing on. Another tough grade from the 60s. 63 Topps Bombers Best. So Tom Tresh, Mantle in the middle there, and Bobby Richardson got a 7. As you can see, the green bottom there is virtually flawless. So very, very happy with that. An excellent card. It's actually a near mint card. I knew this card wouldn't, do all that well, but it's just a great card of Nolan Ryan. Semi-high number. It's almost to the high number series in 513. And a tough card to grade, as we all know. I will take this one out of the baggie because it's in there. Thanks, guys, for sticking around. I love these cards. 54 Bowman Mantle. As I said in the preview, I knew this card measured small, but I figured to just give it a shot. Why not? And, got the A, which was expected, but it looks great. Great looking mantle. Another very solid 62 Topps. This is the Stan Musial. 3 Stan Musial cards in this order, which is not common. And a very solid 7. I knew this card was nice. these 68s are tough, or 62s rather, are tough. You know, Stan Musial does not get the hobby love that he really deserves. This card was nice too. This came in the same buy as the Musial. The 61 Topps All-Star Mantle. This is a high number. This is a tough card to find. And a 6.5 is a fantastic grade. So you can tell that centering is a little off left to right, but man, I mean that's a sharp looking card right there. The 54 Topps Willie Mays here was an experiment. As I mentioned in the preview, that stain on the left side here detracts, but the rest of the card is so nice. I mean, if that stain weren't there, the card is easily a 6. It's gorgeous. Even the back is just so nice. So this card is practically sold. Billy, thank you. 2 more cards to go. The 51 Bowman Ted Williams, this card from the front is so nice. Someone's going to get a great deal on this card because for the eye appeal, you cannot go wrong for the front. The back, though, has considerable staining. It was removed from a scrapbook with some excess paper maybe at some time, so you know, that'll do it. But wow, just look at the front of this card. So a great card for a collector down the road. The last card here is already sold. Thank you, Alan. A very solid Jackie Robinson. I don't think this card deserves a 1.5. I think it was more in the 2 range. But there's a wrinkle that kind of goes like up, stops a rev out right here, and a little corner crease. So yeah, I just think it's a great card, and Alan, I hope you enjoy it. So thanks guys for watching. I know it's a longer video, but people like to watch these, and I like to show them. So thanks guys for watching again. Talk to you soon.